Good morning, everyone. I have a little visitor here this morning. I have a chipmunk and just showed up, dropping a peanut. So, good morning, everyone. I'm Reverend Peter Panagore, MDiv, and this is not church, Christian Bible mysticism, also known as heresy. Today is July 5th, and this is by request of Wanda on empathy, a little reading, a little riffing. Jesus realized at once that healing power had gone out from him, so he turned around to the crowd and said, "Who touched my robe?" Mark 5. Then Jesus wept. John 11. Be happy with those who are happy, and weep with those who weep. Romans 12. Finally, all of you should be of one mind, sympathize with each other, love each other as brothers and sisters, be tender-hearted, and keep a humble attitude. 1 Peter. Humility and a tender heart arise from our relationship to the Holy of Holies. Empathy arises from the same place and can be said to be a combination of the two. Empathy, humility, and a tender heart all see the other as oneself. One sees oneself in the other. The eye of God in me, seeing the eye of God in you. That it's not my Peterness. It's not my Peterness. It's the light that sees itself. The same is true for you, whatever your name and your character and your body. When you see the light in another, it's the light seeing itself. Humility isn't meekness. Humility sees the limited nature of one's soul and sees the expansive, infinite nature of God. And everything and everyone is measured by it as radically equal on a soul level. When you see your own soul, you increase your capacity for empathy, because now you have a chance to see the soul of another, because you know that you are not your body. You know you are your soul. Seeing, feeling, sensing, flashing the other's soul is empathy. Tender heart is the same. A stranger confessed to a counselor, saying he lost his soul from a great crime he had committed. He felt God shut off within him, and he fell into the darkness of his own hell. He lost his family, his career, his money, and pending the court's decision in 2 weeks' time, his freedom. The police, he said, have strong evidence against me. When asked, he would not say what he had done. The countenance of the accused radiated regret, despair, denial, acceptance, and mostly fear. An impressive flash of intuitive insight revealed to the counselor's inner eye pedophilia. Empathy is feeling the feelings of others, and sometimes it's overwhelming and powerful, and it hurts to be empathetic. We feel the feelings of others as if they are our own. It's a superpower, but maybe not for the reason you think. Wanda asked me to riff on empathy today, and empathy arises from the center of where my soul touches God. It comes from my near-death experience, at least for me. When my soul touched God, empathy was a gift. Empathy is an openness that is dangerous and beautiful, disruptive, and informative. So enough of that reading stuff. Time to do a little riffing. So the reason why empathy is a superpower is because nature prays for us. Nature speaks to us and The Spirit leaks through every single cell in nature, every molecule. And the empathetic soul, wandering in the woods, or walking on a beach, or even in the crowded city, can find life inside nature. The life with a capital L. The living nature of the holy oneness of being that leaks through the cellular structure and radiates out and penetrates us and becomes a prayer to be immersed in. Nature bathing. Nature bathing is a common empathetic experience of feeling the peace of the world around you inside you. That's empathy. And that's the superpower of it. Peace that radiates through nature, even violent nature. Because the peace radiates through all nature all the time, even when it hurts us. Empathy can be painful too. Humans are nature. We feel each other's feelings. So one day let me put it this way. The most difficult place for me to feel the feelings, the chipmunk just jumped up on my desk. The most difficult um, places to feel the presence of the holy is in other people sometimes. We have a raging nation right now where it's difficult to be empathetic with the other side, whoever the other side happens to be for you. The other, when we other others, we eliminate empathy. That's how we get to love our enemy, is we see beyond the otherness of the person into what Martin Buber called the I and thou, that in-between space where the holy sees the holy. That's how the only way I can think of we can get beyond these things is empathy with the others. I had to give up rock concerts for a long time, or any large crowds, because when I walked down the streets in the city, I moved to the country. I moved to the country to be in nature because I couldn't shut my empathy off. And so it was always disruptive to be around large groups of people. And I found it soothing to be outside. Now, I always was feeling people's energy anyway. I could feel their feelings and didn't know how to shut it off until one day somebody told me to put my hands onto number 3, your solar plexus, and counseling sessions to keep people from taking your energy. And that's one of the other things that happens with empathy is your energy leaks out of you. Jesus had that experience with what they call the hemorrhagic woman, a woman who had a menstrual cycle unending, I guess one cycle, for 12 years. He's walking down the road in a crowd, and he suddenly says, "Who touched me?" And his friends are like, "Who touched you? We're in a crowd. Everybody's touching you." He said, "No, energy went out of me and into her." And she got all embarrassed, and she confessed that she was the one, and miracle of miracles, the energy from him was enough to cure her, to cure her. A lot of empathy is about healing, but it's not always about healing physically like that woman. Empathy is often about healing relationships at its best. It gives sort of an insight into the other. It is troubling because it's hard to shut off, and it makes one sort of naive and vulnerable sometimes. I guess that's about all I have to say about this today. Thanks for coming. I appreciate it. Uh, Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Uh, if not, church stirs your mind, changes your heart, touches your heart, opens your head, makes you think, gives you courage maybe, or understanding, then please consider supporting Not Church. Not Church is new, experimental, spreading, and growing. Your gifts keep me in this chair on Sunday morning, and as you can see, it's pretty informal. Please give at peterpanagore.love, Venmo, Square, PayPal. Appreciate it. Thanks for your support. Peace be with you all. Thanks for listening. I'll take a moment here. We can listen to the frogs together. I'll turn the mic over there so you get a better view. It's like prayer itself. It's like prayer itself. So I'm going to stay up here for a minute and see if I can talk to anyone. Hi, Brandy, Russell, Mary, Susan, David, Susie, Billy, Helen, Matt, Lee. Good morning to you all. Hope that was touched your heart. I'll see you all later. Peace and love. Oh, thank you, Susie. I appreciate that. I'm going to end stream over on YouTube today. Right there.